Let's talk about emotional eating. I'm a naturopathic doctor in Ontario, Canada, and I have a practice that focuses on mental health, so anxiety, depression, and emotional eating. This is something that I am very passionate about because it's something that I struggled with for decades, and it's something that a lot of my patients struggle with too. It's hard to nourish yourself well when you find yourself constantly spiraling into these episodes of emotional eating all the time. Now, keep in mind, it is normal to eat emotionally from time to time. It's normal to try to seek comfort through food. Human beings have been doing it forever. Food is more than just fuel. It's a source of joy. It's a source of social connection and comfort. So if we eat a bag of chips at the end of the day, at the end of a stressful day from time to time, it's not the end of the world. When it starts to happen all the time and we are constantly running to food for comfort, to soothe all of our negative feelings, that's when it begins to become a problem, because that's when it can start to impact health and weight and self-esteem. Just keep in mind that constant emotional eating, it's not a sign that you're weak. It's usually a sign that your anxiety, sadness, boredom, burnout has become so painful that you're really desperate for relief. And food is that quick way to get a rush of those feel-good chemicals into your brain. So much advice around emotional eating focuses on distraction. So go for a walk, drink some water, eat a healthier alternative, as if it's that simple. But none of these strategies really address the root cause of the emotional eating, which is your emotions. So how do you stop emotionally eating? First of all, ultimately, you need to get support for your mental health. Learn how to feed yourself throughout the day with foods that lower anxiety and regulate mood, such as foods that are rich in fiber and antioxidants. A nutrient-rich diet throughout the day can help ward off those emotional eating spirals later on in the day. This is more of a proactive approach compared to trying to find a healthier alternative when you're in the middle of an emotional eating moment. Second, get tested for nutritional deficiencies and hormone imbalances that can impact mental health, such as iron deficiency or vitamin D deficiency. Even the thyroid hormone, if there are abnormalities in levels there, this can worsen your mood, which may make you more prone to comfort eating for a quick boost in mood or energy levels. Third, get help from a registered naturopathic doctor with coming up with a list of supplements or natural remedies that can help address anxiety, stress, or sadness. And consider getting help from a therapist too, with coming up with strategies for coping with stressors in your life in ways other than food. Fourth, it's also important to work on your relationship with food and your eating behaviors. So by this I mean practice mindful eating, learn about your hunger and your fullness cues and how you can honor them as best as possible. Really try to work on letting go of the guilt around eating, because as we know, guilt after eating can just further fuel more emotional eating. Even doing things like tracking where you are in your menstrual cycle and learning if being at a certain phase in your menstrual cycle worsens the emotional eating, that can help you adjust certain behaviors during that time of the month to help with emotional eating. So I realize that this is a broad overview of ways to stop emotionally eating, but I plan to make more videos about this topic that will go deeper into a lot of the recommendations or points that I talked about. So if that sounds useful to you, be sure to subscribe and please comment below with any questions that you have about emotional eating or anything in the natural wellness world. Keep in mind that this information is just for your education and empowerment. It does not replace medical advice. Always talk to your healthcare provider before implementing any new health plan.